Now that we know the history of the milk tart, let's see if the proof really is in the pudding. We're in the kitchen right now.
Made with love by Clover.
Okay, so we are doing it. Yes, we're making it happen. And of course, with yesterday being National Milk Tart Day, what a better way than to commemorate it, right? With other than a classic creamy milk tart. Well, one is coming right up. But if you are lactose intolerant, then having a slice of this creamy bake is definitely not your idea of a good time, right? But the good news, today's milk tart recipe is lactose free. Yeah, that's what's up. And that's thanks to Clover's NOLAC. And now you can enjoy dairy again in your own sweet way. And of course, here to show us how is Teresa in the building.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, good.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did. Busy weekend.
Did you make some milk tart yesterday?
I didn't. I was saving myself for today.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yes.
So I'm going to help you out with this. We're going to make some magic. Of course, we've got a lot of pressure on us being a national dish in some ways.
Yeah.
What are the steps to this? How are we doing it?
All right. So you're on pastry. I'm on filling.
Okay.
So what you've got
Pastry.
there, you've got some flour in the bowl.
Okay.
And you're going to add your dry ingredients.
So dry ingredients, looks like we've got some sugar in here. We've got some butter. Let me just pop that in.
Yep.
Looks like we've also got some salt and baking powder, right? Oh,
Spot on, you've got it.
And then we've got an
Basically, you want to rub that together. That's it.
Okay, so rubbing it together. So I don't actually need the pan. We can
it's a bit messy, I'm
get
sorry.
involved.
Yeah.
Let's get messy. I like
and what
this.
I'm doing is I'm heating up some milk and I've put a cinnamon stick in there just to infuse that beautiful flavour inside. And then I've got some egg yolk here as well. And I'm going to add some sugar. And I'm basically going to just whisk this all together. We've got a little bit more clover NOLAC, because we want everyone to be able to enjoy.
I love that. I never knew that was actually possible. I mean, I think everybody around the world that is like lactose intolerant doesn't even know what a milk tart is up until now. We got you, Mzansi.
We've got everyone covered.
What's your favorite part of a milk tart? Because there's a lot that goes into it. It's got like these layers of flavor and consistency.
I love everything with cinnamon. So for me, that is the best flavor. That creamy custard with the cinnamon. Oh,
yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It's weird because cinnamon for me gives me such a warmly, homely feel to any meal, dessert, or a dish. So when you're having it here, I don't know, the nostalgia in cinnamon is just, it takes me back.
It's amazing. And it's so comforting. I totally agree with you.
Yes.
So I'm adding some corn flour as well.
Corn flour, nice. If you didn't have corn flour, normal flour would do?
Normal flour is fine.
Right.
Yeah. So whisk that all together.
On my side, obviously, I'm working it in here using the hands.
Good,
Am I making progress? Is this the right way?
That's looking good, yeah. So you want to just keep using your fingertips, rub it in, and you're looking for a breadcrumb consistency.
Breadcrumb consistency.
Yeah.
I think with this, it is fun. It does obviously get the calories going as well. I can feel my arms getting involved. So we're definitely earning this slice.
That's right.
That is for sure.
And then what you can do is when you get to the breadcrumb stage is you just add enough water to kind of bring that dough together.
Bring it all together.
Yeah.
I like that. Pretty simple.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this warm milk into our eggs. So we're tempering the eggs. Obviously, we don't want to throw them straight into our pot because we're just going to scramble them. So we're going to slowly raise the temperature of the eggs like that. And then we're going to put the whole thing back onto the stove.
That's tempering, right?
That's
I never knew that, okay.
Yeah.
Slow, gentle, have fun in the kitchen, and that's how you get the milk tart done.
Don't want to scramble our eggs. And then basically you're just going to stir that over a lowish heat because you don't want to cook the egg too much, and it's going to thicken up beautifully. So
I'm just picturing a milk tart with these lumpy pieces of egg in them. Like, that is a very vital step, actually, to this process.
And if you're worried about lumps, if you couldn't quite mix the flour in, you can actually pour it back into your pot through a sieve just to get all of those out.
Okay, nice. Top tip coming through there on a Monday. So there's no excuse not to perfect this milk tart.
Super easy.
Nice.
And then just in terms of the pastry, once it comes together, you roll it out, you press it into your dish, and then you blind bake it for 15 minutes. So
blind baking, what is that?
So that means you bake it without the filling. So you just line it with a bit of baking paper, put some baking beans or some just normal dry beans. That's what I use in. Pop it in the oven, and you're just going to bake that pastry and get it beautiful and golden.
Oh, wow. Well, look, I mean, for anybody out there that has been dying to try a milk tart, but maybe you also are someone that suffers from symptoms like stomach cramps, eczema, bloating, as well as nausea, and especially after consuming dairy, then it may also be the fact that you are, in fact, lactose intolerant. But with the Clover NOLAC lactose-free range of milk, mass, and dairy snack, then you can enjoy dairy again. Obviously, it's got all the good tastes, all the good feels of dairy, but without that lactose involved. So Clover NOLAC is pre-treated with the enzyme lactase. Now, this breaks down lactose, making it easier to digest for lactose intolerant people. Now, I think that is absolutely perfect and such a unique way to get back on all the good stuff that you maybe have been missing out on. And like we just said, now, if you are maybe experiencing some of the symptoms, it might just be that you have an intolerance. So maybe test that out, wean yourself off it, try NOLAC and see if it does the same thing, because that might be the answer to your problems. And of course, the solution to you enjoying this beautiful dessert. Yeah. Teresa, how are we looking on your side?
So we're still waiting for it to thicken, but all you need to do is wait for it to look like a custard, so it'll thicken up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we used egg yolks before.
Yes.
Not wasting the egg whites. You're going to whip them up.
Oh, yum.
You're going to fold them into your custard with some vanilla. And then you're going to bake the whole thing in the oven for 25 minutes. And then pop it in the fridge.
And then hopefully you have the perfect milk tart, fit for National Milk Tart Day, which was yesterday, but we are commemorating it right now. Of course, Mzansi, you can get this recipe at expressoshow.com. All the inspiration you need to make sure that you never mess this up. And of course, with Teresa's top tips, it's going to be absolutely flawless. If you just tuned in, shame on you, Mzansi, but don't worry, we got you covered, because right now, here's your recipe recap. Nice stuff. I enjoyed that.
Made with love by Clover.